Hey guys, so I am currently sitting in the parking lot of where I work, but I just wanted to do this thing. I just mowed the lawn, so I am sorry if I'm a little sweaty and I don't have makeup on, and I know I haven't posted a video in a while on this channel, like over a month, which is pretty bad for me. I've been doing that kind of a lot lately, but I just wanted to thank you guys for sticking with me. I've been gaining new subscribers even though I haven't been posting, so that's great. But I'm gonna try to post consistently, or try to post more consistently than I have been. It's just a struggle because currently I am living with my boyfriend. My parents moved down south, so I don't really have a home right now. And I'm planning on doing, like, maybe I'll do another kind of like car talk. That's, I guess, what I'm calling this. Where I talk about, like, parents abandoning you, or not really abandoning you, but like moving away from your parents and not really having a place to live, or not having the place that you go to feel like home, because that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. And I know a lot of people experience that in college. I know a lot of people's parents move away or retire or move houses, and you may just go home and not have it feel like home. So I'll talk about that, but that is not what I'm going to talk about in this video. Other than that, life updates. I'm going back to NSLC this summer, which I don't know if I've talked to you guys about yet, but I'm super excited for that. I'm going to be a TA, and I'm hoping, I don't know how it'll work out, but I'm hoping to kind of like document and vlog stuff a little bit more than I did last year. I didn't really do it at all last year. And I want to have that as like another kind of way for them to have advertising and get noticed, because obviously they have like a photographer who takes some videos and they like put it on their website, but I feel like this could be another different media for them to have. So we'll see if that works out. If not, I might film some stuff with the TAs. It also depends on how comfortable people are with it. Really depends on what happens, but I leave for that on July 13th, so I'm super excited, and I'll definitely at least be documenting like my travel experience, because I'm taking the train in this year instead of driving, so that'll be interesting. And I have to like figure out what I'm bringing for that. I've been trying to collect a little bit more fancier clothes, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's like kind of what's up with me. I've only been back for about a week. This is starting my second week. It's Memorial Day today. And so it hasn't really kind of hit me yet about school being over. I'm still pretty busy. I've still been keeping up with work, doing little things on my own. I have a video planned some point, maybe not this summer, but maybe when I get back to school, about journaling and transferring journaling into the digital age, since I've been trying to do that. So I'll talk more about that in that video. Yeah, but that's like kind of it. It's kind of boring, kind of weird to not be like constantly doing stuff, even though I also kind of am still constantly doing stuff. I reconnected with some good friends that I haven't seen in a while, and I still have some friends that I really should go see and reconnect with. I also got to see my old high school, which was not the greatest thing, not my favorite thing, but it was for the drama club, so like it was okay. But yeah, I also wanted to talk about rejection in this video, because, and like failure and disappointment and that kind of stuff, because it's about the time where people are like having internships over the summer and kind of determining what they want to do, and especially in the industry that I'm going into, rejection is very, very prominent. And also we have final grades coming up, so at least for me, I think they're supposed to drop tomorrow for me, so I feel like this is a very relevant topic. So just talking about rejection, I've had to deal with rejection with jobs and some shows and stuff like that, but I haven't had to deal with it as severely as I think I will have to in my career. But I have had to deal with, the disappointment of not getting certain roles that I wanted, or not getting into a show that I wanted to get into. And I think the best way for actors to deal with rejection is to just let it slide and not let it affect you, as hard as that sounds. But there are 1,000,010 reasons why you could have not gotten that role. And most of them probably have nothing to do with your talent level. It probably mostly has to do with your look, your height. It can be like your hair color sometimes. Sometimes you're just not what they're looking for, and you're not right for a part, and you may think you are, but for that director's vision, you're not necessarily right. And there's literally nothing you can do about it, as long as you are, going to the auditions and you're working your butt off and you're doing your best that you can in those auditions. Then you're on your way, and you're just gonna have to wait to find the role that's for you. And I think, even me saying that, like, I still get discouraged about it sometimes. It's really frustrating and it sucks, but that's just like kind of how it goes. And as an actor, you also have to be prepared to audition a lot and just constantly be auditioning. And I think that if you're not ready for that, and that's not what you want to do, then you need to figure out something else that you want to do, because that's what acting is all about. Because for every 7 auditions you have, you might get 1 role, or you might get 0. You might only get 1 role in 100 auditions. Even I'll use Carrie Hope Fletcher as an example. She was posting this on her Instagram a couple of days ago, and people were asking her, how you deal with rejection and how you deal with auditions, and she's like, I deal with it like any other actor does, because even though I am more well known, she's like, I still, for every 7 auditions that I have, maybe I get 1. But she still has to go through more auditions than she's going to get roles for. And I just don't think people really think about that or understand that, especially in a more educational setting and when you're in college, because you're auditioning for 2, maybe 3 shows in a season, and maybe you get into 1, maybe you don't get into any, maybe you get into 1 or 2. And so you're given this almost false sense of hope, I guess, that like that's what auditioning in the real world is going to be like. But think of how many more people are in the audition pool in New York or Chicago or Salt Lake City or Florida or anywhere like that. There are so many thousands more people that are auditioning that it's more likely that you're not going to get something. They're also the other way around. You can still be frustrated by not getting things in an educational setting. And to that, I would say it's an educational setting. So your talent level may not be the type of roles that you're getting, and your talent level may be the type of roles that you're getting. But getting lead roles in an educational setting doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be a successful actor or actress outside of an educational setting and outside of that tiny pool. And maybe you're not going to be a big star and be successful, and maybe that's not what you want. But I think you have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you kind of have to just have thick skin, as hard as that is. I think it works on YouTube too. Putting yourself out anywhere, putting yourself out as an artist anywhere, you have to have a thick skin, because there are going to be people who don't like it, and there are going to be people who do like it. Another thing with rejection is what I would say is, if you are really that like anxious and worried and up in arms about not getting something, is ask them. Ask the director, ask the producer, ask the casting director, whatever. Ask them why you didn't get the role. I think this is really prominent to do in educational settings, because sometimes it's just that, your audition wasn't good enough. You could have prepared more, or other times it's just your look and you aren't what they were looking for. And I feel like you would rather know why you didn't get that job so that you can either improve if it was something to do with your audition and how you presented yourself, or just know that it was your look and know that you're doing good work and that you just need to keep working hard and trying to find something that fits you. I would say the same thing in jobs. I actually got rejected from NSLC the first time last year because they weren't sure if they were going to need me. So they were like, we don't think we're going to be able to bring you on as an ATA. We don't think there's going to be enough students for us to reasonably do that. And I was super upset. I also got rejected from my job as a lake host, which I had been doing for a few years as well, because I didn't tell her in time and she didn't contact me. So she hired new people because she thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it. So I was so upset because I was like, what am I going to do? I don't have a summer job now. I don't know how to deal with this. I feel like a failure. And then NSLC ended up hiring me like not even a month later. So I think you just have to realize that everything happens for a reason. And even though you didn't get this job or this gig or this role, that it will happen. Your time will come, and you just have to wait for it. As shitty as that is, you do just have to wait for it. I would also say the same thing about grades. Now, I'm someone who drives myself so much, sometimes to a fault because I get exhausted, but I drive myself too much that I don't fail with my grades. But I would also put to this point that C's get degrees, D's also get degrees. The only thing I would say is you want to be careful. Obviously, there are scholarship requirements. If you have scholarships, you have to keep up a certain GPA. For me, I have to keep up a certain GPA to perform. And also, if you're looking into grad school, you want to get at least a C, I think. I think they don't really like seeing D's as a final grade. But also, no one's going to look at your GPA. No one's going to, you're not going to walk into an audition, in my case, and they're going to be like, so what was your college GPA? I just like to know what your final, no. You know, some people don't even go to college who are in acting. So in certain circumstances, it doesn't matter. I think as long as you're trying your hardest and you know that, and you're doing all that you can to get the grades that you have, I think you're fine. And as for me, it drives me crazy and I wouldn't be able to stand that. But if you are doing the best that you can in the circumstances that you've been giving, then you're okay. And also, to that point, if you need help, still get help. Please, if you are struggling in classes and you need someone to tutor you, or you need just assistance or help with homework or anything like that, please do get help. Don't just handle it on your own. Do everything that you can to make yourself successful. That also goes with saying about mental health too. Sometimes I know that can be a reason behind a lot of failures or perception of failures. If you're too hard on yourself and you have, anxiety or depression, and if that especially is brought out by certain things or by your failure or by grades or school or anything like that, please get help. There is nothing wrong with going to see a therapist. I'm a psychology student. That's kind of what I want to do. Not sure about that, but there's literally nothing wrong with seeing a therapist, taking medication, talking about any of that kind of stuff if you need to. So many people do it. There's thousands and thousands of people in this world and thousands of people who should be going to therapy that aren't. But there's also a student counseling center in most, if not all, colleges. I don't know if they're required to have one, but there's probably one either on your campus or near you, and that is what they are for. They are there to help you work through your problems, and if you need it, give you medication or send you to someone who can provide you with medication that can help you. So please, 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 you are not alone. There is always someone that you can go to for help, and you are not a failure, and your mental illness or your grades or your successes do not make you a failure. Alright, so that was a long rant talk, and I'm going to go eat food and probably take a nap or play some like cheesy kids Wizard 101 games because that's what I like. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like this like kind of car talk. This makes it easiest for me to film videos because I don't like filming them in front of my boyfriend and I'm living with him. So just let me know. I can do some videos outside too, but I will try to keep up with posting. If you guys did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more if you haven't already. You can check out my previous video on this side of the screen and my previous vlog on that side of the screen. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.